course, meeting for the first time in court today. It was about a 90-minute hearing.
This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
Justin Baldoni scores a major courtroom win against Blake Lively, her legal team in panic mode. It only took 90 minutes for Justin Baldoni to secure his first big courtroom victory against Blake Lively, sending her legal team into full-blown panic mode. While this wasn't the final verdict, it was a crucial turning point in this high-stakes legal showdown. And from the way things are shaping up, it's not looking good for Blake. If you haven't been following, here's the breakdown. Blake Lively slapped Justin Baldoni with a jaw-dropping $250 million lawsuit, accusing him of serious misconduct. But instead of backing down, Justin fired back with a massive $400 million countersuit, claiming extortion and defamation. Now, after months of heated exchanges, the battle has finally landed in court, setting the stage for one of Hollywood's most explosive legal wars in recent memory. Justin's legal team comes out. Swinging from the moment the hearing began, Justin's lawyer, Brian Friedman, made it clear he wasn't here to play. His aggressive approach left Blake's legal team visibly shaken, and for good reason. This is the same attorney who publicly vowed to sue Blake into oblivion, and judging by his performance in court, he intends to follow through. Blake's lawyers were so rattled that they begged the judge for a gag order to silence Friedman, arguing that his frequent media appearances were making it impossible for them to keep up. But the judge wasn't buying it. He denied their request, pointing out that Blake's own team had been vocal in the press, so silencing Friedman would be completely unfair. That decision marked the first major win of the day for Justin's side, but things were about to get even worse for Blake. Justin takes the battle to the internet. As if dominating in the courtroom wasn't enough, Justin Baldoni launched a website dedicated to the case, where he plans to upload evidence, video footage, and legal documents supporting his claims. Blake's lawyers were furious, arguing that this move could unfairly sway public opinion before the trial even progresses. But Friedman shut them down immediately, reminding the court that Blake was the one who first took her claims to the media, even giving the New York Times a 12-hour deadline before they published a scathing article about Justin. Now, the tables have turned, and the judge once again ruled in Justin's favor. Blake's legal team suffers another blow. In a desperate attempt to control the situation, Blake's attorneys requested that she be allowed to choose who questions her during her deposition, hoping to avoid facing off against Brian Friedman himself. But the judge shut that down too. Blake does not get to pick her interrogator. She will have to answer questions under oath from whoever the court assigns, whether she likes it or not. For those unfamiliar with legal proceedings, a deposition is sworn testimony, meaning every word Blake says can be used against her in trial. There are no scripted statements, no lawyer-approved deflections, just direct questioning under oath. And if her legal team is this desperate to keep her from facing Friedman, that raises a serious question. If Blake is so confident in her allegations, why is she so desperate to avoid testifying? If she was telling the truth, wouldn't she want to go on record and let the facts speak for themselves? Instead, her lawyers are throwing out excuse after excuse, scrambling to shield her from answering tough questions. Justin Baldoni is gaining momentum. Blake is losing control. By the time the hearing ended, one thing was clear. Justin and his team won every major argument. One ruling after another landed in his favor, while Blake's legal team suffered crushing defeat after crushing defeat. And just when they thought it couldn't get worse, the judge confirmed that both lawsuits, Blake's $250 million claim and Justin's $400 million countersuit, will be merged into one massive trial. That means there won't be a drawn-out legal back and forth. Instead, this will be one massive high-stakes showdown. The trial is officially set for March 2026, unless a settlement is reached first. But let's be real, Blake is in serious trouble if this actually makes it to trial. She's already lost several key legal battles. And if this trend continues, she could find herself in a courtroom where every piece of evidence Justin has collected is laid bare for the world to see. Blake's career and fortune. Our at risk this case isn't just about money, it's about reputation. If Blake loses, she won't just face a $400 million financial disaster, she could also see her entire career crumble. Hollywood forgives scandals, but it doesn't forget financial disasters. If this case goes south for her, studios, brands, and directors may distance themselves, fearing the controversy. And let's talk about Ryan Reynolds. If Blake loses this case, it's going to financially devastate them both. That $400 million lawsuit is higher than their combined net worth. Is Blake really willing to risk it all? Final thoughts. Right now, Justin Baldoni is winning this war, both in the courtroom and in the court of public opinion. He's gathering receipts, controlling the narrative, and exposing every flaw in Blake's case. Meanwhile, Blake is scrambling, desperately trying to silence him, avoid depositions, and shift the narrative in her favor. But at this point, she needs to ask herself a serious question. Is it worth continuing this battle? Or should she cut her losses before she completely destroys herself? Because if she loses, she won't just suffer a massive financial blow. Her entire career and reputation could be permanently ruined. And with every legal victory Justin wins, it's looking more and more like he's about to take it all, both in court and in Hollywood. Stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. The tea is still brewing, and things are about to get even messier.